Hello and welcome to the Spring Summer 2022 collection for Danica Heirloom. I'm Carrie Benson, the Canadian Sales Manager.
And I'm Jessica Bonkowski, your Key Account Sales Manager.
Today we're going to be showing you 171 new SKUs in Heirloom. All the product you're going to see is going to be available for spring booking. Our booking program runs from August the 16th to September the 27th, with the product shipping in January of 2022.
Heirloom products tell a story of natural beauty and elegance. It's a collection filled with handmade textures and beautiful modern items. It's going to be the wow factor in any display.
Absolutely, and our sales are growing tremendously for this brand. Each season it grows a little bit more each year.
So let's take a look at the next items.
First up, we're going to be renewing a new catalog for us, and these are our plant pots. Jessica, would you grab those for me? So there we go. The first two that you're seeing are from the collection called Spark. Let's check these up. To show you, there are 3 different sizes. These plant pots are made from dolomite. Dolomite is a mineral compound that's found in stoneware. The patterns are hand etched on here.
Wow.
You've got brown and you've got gray. In this collection, there's also a saffron color. You'll see this in the catalog. The saffron color is slightly different in sizes, but it does have little feet at the bottom. So it adds a little bit extra elegance, you could say, to the bottom of the pot.
And I will say that all of the plant pots that you're about to see have a drainage hole in the bottom, so you're all set for your planting.
Correct. The next collection is called Mesa. So I wanted to show you the collection and what they look like together. You'll find that the nest has a tray at the bottom so it can catch any water that's pouring off from your plant. The Mesa one has the hole for the drainage that Jessica was telling you about just now. And these come in 3 different colorways. Sea foam, clay, and nectar.
This is the clay.
Sea foam and nectar.
We also have our crown jewel of planters. Oh, this is plume. I was talking about jewel.
Oh, jewel, hence crown jewel.
I'm not as good at the puns. These 2 cuties are called Jewel, and they're a reactive glaze dip potter. I like to consider these like a seed starter. It's where you're going to have your little plants start out until they get nice and strong where you can move them into a bigger pot.
I love the dip glaze on there. Oh, the effect is really pretty. The next one I'm showing you here is called Plume. There are 3 different sizes in this collection as well. Let's take the little one out so you can see that as well. These are called Azure in terms of the color, the blue version of these. These are embossed. They are glazed as well, so they're beautifully finished.
So an exciting new category that Heirloom has coming forward, I would say, are the Jute Baskets.
Absolutely. We've got 2 different kinds. We have jute, it's all 100% jute, and then we have jute mixed with cotton. So let's start off with the jute collection. You're going to see 2 different sizes in this collection. You have a 14-inch diameter, so it's 14 by 14 actually, and you have a 10 by 10-inch diameter. And you get them in the 2 large sizes. You've got the lagoon stripe here with a little pom-pom detailing, and you have the chili. In the small sizes, you have your dove gray stripe, and again, your lagoon stripe here with the little pom-pom details.
How big are the small ones, Carrie?
10 by 10.
10 by 10, and these are 14.
14, correct. 14
Fabulous.
by 14. And there's little subtle hints in the differences as well. You notice these ones come with handles. So what would we use these for? Multiple uses.
Oh, gosh.
You can put in your blankets, your winter blankets, and put them next to your couch. You can put in plants next to them, kids' toys in them, your knitting, your craft projects. Endless opportunities here, really.
I have so many of these around my apartment. I hide all sorts of electrical wires in there. I've put laundry in here. I've put plants in here. Mm-hmm. I've put barware in some of these.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Interesting little fact about jute. It's the second highest turning fiber, actually, next to cotton.
So very sustainable.
Very sustainable.
Beautiful. Yeah. Now, in the cotton and jute blends, we again have the 2 sizes. Here you can see in nectar with the nice handles on the side, as well as in the smaller size, white.
Nectar.
White.
And you get 4 sizes in the cotton and jute mix in the 14-inch. And then in the small size, you'll get 4 different colorways as well in the 10-inch. That's the small one. So here you're dealing with the ochre stripe. Here's the large basket stripe, and this is your midnight blue that comes through in this colorway.
And the fun one with the handles is they actually have these detachable little pom-pom tassels. So it's a little extra pop of color. It's fun. If you like it, keep it. If you don't, then you don't have to. That's the nice thing. We also have this last one here. On the inside, I have the smaller nectar with your cute little pom-poms all around the edge. Personally, this is my preference for a potted plant. I think this one is just so great.
The little tiered detail in here is actually really cute. The next category we are reviewing are rugs. All the rugs that you're going to see are a standard size of 24 by 36 inches. The one that Jessica is holding up here is a combination of jute and chenille. I love the different textures. When you look at it, you get some depth to it. If you don't know, chenille actually in French means caterpillar. Isn't that interesting?
I didn't know that, and I'm fluent in French, so interesting.
Right, so that's the only one in this particular blend of jute and chenille. Next up, we're going to be looking at a blend of jute and cotton. I'm going to hold these ones up. What's interesting about these ones is the cotton that you see in here, and these particular two ones, it's actually a denim cotton. And these are the scraps that are left at the bottom of a factory store. So they're actually upcycled and reused to make these beautiful rugs. And you have these two colorways. And also with that blend of jute, you have this particular pattern as well. I love the colorway in this one as well. And that is your jute, your chenille. And this particular pattern is called Loft. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Then we move over to a combination of jute with leather. The leather that you see here again are cut-offs that are in the factory that are going to go to waste. So let's rather use them. We want to reuse, recycle, reduce our waste. So fantastic, good feel behind these mats. Here you're doing with the black leather version.
Miller.
And this one is your Miller as well, with your gray colorway coming through in that particular rug. I love these two patterns as well. Look at the colorways in here. Aren't they great?
Oh, look. I couldn't even tell that this was the leather. It's so woven in there, so nice.
Yeah, and when you feel it as well, it's got some texture to it, some softness that the leather brings in as well.
That's Archer.
I love the colorway print in this one. This is called Tanner.
This is a lot of leather. You got a lot of leather here.
Great price point as well. If you have a look at the price points, they're pretty sharp on these rugs.
That's going to be a very sturdy, that's going to last you a long time, that rug.
Yes, absolutely. Next, we're going to move over into the cotton blend.
Oh, look at the tufting in the corners.
Yeah, these are actually great. I love the texture again here. You've got some of the ruffled look over here as well. Let's hold these up so you can see these.
Oh, I love that. That is beautiful texture. I love that. I would put that as a bath mat.
Yeah, and we refer to these as the boho rugs when you're looking at the catalog for these ones.
These are my favorite. I'm excited for these. Our heritage rug collection, our printed vintage cotton rugs.
I love how these are made to look vintage. Mm-hmm. They have soft feel to them. They're not very thick. If you have a look at them and feel to them, I would really suggest that you get your hands on samples of these and have a look at them and feel them. The colorways are really beautiful and match the rest of the line in Heirloom really well as well.
All right, so what we're looking at here is our new 100% linen towel. And to be honest with you, I had to double check that this was 100% linen because this is perhaps the softest linen that we've ever had in our line. Now it's a beautiful waffle. In my hand I have the colorway Amber, but it comes in two other colorways as well. A natural colorway, as well as a white colorway. So there's the three towels. We also have what Carrie has in her hand is the set of 3 bath mitts. Now this you just slip on over your hands, suds it up, and get into the shower. It is great for exfoliating, and it's that beautiful natural fiber. Hence why we've given it the waffle texture to it, because it will help with exfoliating. And with it being linen, it's antimicrobial and it's really fast drying. Next in our linen line are the linen dish towels. I love the detail in these specific linen ones with the hem stitch finish. We've sold hem stitch in years gone by. This one I'm holding up is the natural one. All the towels will have a center loop so you can hang them. This is amber and this is charcoal and natural. These will also come in napkins, which are in the same corresponding colors, amber, charcoal, and natural.
When you're looking at the amber color, it comes out a little orange when I had a look at the images. Please have a look. Note, it's actually more of a brown tone that you're seeing coming through in here. It's not orangey.
It's like a dark tan.
Correct. That's a great way to describe it, a darker tan. Also in linen, we have the Maison stripe. It's already in the line for the tea towels. Now we're adding them in as well in the napkins. So you'll see the white striped one as well as the shadow stripe that's coming through in these ones as well.
Continuing with linen napkins, we already have all those beautiful colors in the Heirloom Color Center Basics. I don't know what to call that. But they're all doing incredibly well, and we figured why not add all the linen napkins to coordinate with the existing linen towels that are already in our collection. So you can see here we have an ochre, shadow, wine, midnight, clay, nectar, lagoon.
And jade.
And
when we sell these are sold in the napkins in sets of 4 with a minimum pack size of 3.
Now, in our Stonewash Basics that you find in our Heirloom collection, we like to add new colors every season, and I feel like this color's been missing. I've been wondering where this is, so I'm glad it's finally here. It's Dove Gray. It's this beautiful, soft gray. It's gonna match everything in your kitchen. I'm personally imagining like a beautiful marble countertop with those beautiful veins through it. This looks gorgeous next to it. So here you can see the Stonewash apron with the pockets. Carrie in her hand has that lined linen towel, as well as the napkin set of 4. We didn't forget about it in the Dove Gray, so you'll find it here in this colorway as well.
And keep in mind with the apron that Jessica was holding up, you'll see that the straps are the straps that thread all the way through, and they're extra long, just like the rest of the collection.
A drawstring neckline.
Correct.
Pot holder and oven mitt. I still think they're the softest pot holders and oven mitts you'll ever find. We have our hand crocheted trivet and pot holder. This also makes a great trivet as well. That is our vintage wash. Oh no, is that our vintage wash waffle?
Yes, it is.
Towel. Thank you. Sorry. I have so many of them at home and I wash them so many times they get so soft that sometimes I forget. So here you have it in the Dove Gray. Your vintage wash towel. Your chambray napkin set of 4 with that beautiful alternating color fringe. And your heathered crocheted dishcloths, again in Dove. The color is beautiful. I love this.
It's an exciting addition to the line. It fits really well with the patterns you're already seeing in the line.
It's what I would call like the essential basic color.
Yeah.
Everybody has to have this. Now, in our last season, you saw us introduce our marble items, and it's been booking beautifully. So we decided to take the 2 best colorways, our dark gray as well as the white, and add some new products that you've been asking us for. So here you see I have the mortar and pestle. And let me tell you, this is a significant weight. You are getting solid marble here. This is pure quality on this. So you have it in the 2 colorways. Carrie in her hand has a salt and pepper cellar. They are stackable. You can put pepper on top, you can put salt on top. It doesn't matter the order that you put it, with a nice little lid on top there. We have our spoon rest. Look how big and wide that is. I mean, you can have ladles or spoons or spatulas or anything you want in that. I like that one, that one's beautiful. And lastly, we have your salt and pepper pinch bowls. So obviously pepper, salt, very simple, very sleek. It'll look great on your table.
Another little detail that's great about these items is they have little cork backings so that when they go on your counter or your wooden table surface, they're not going to scratch it.
One of the categories that we are expanding upon in Heirloom is measuring utensils. So we have some new measuring spoons and measuring cups. Carrie has started us here with our hammered metal. I'm holding the gold. All of your measurements are etched into the handles here, so you can see gold. Carrie has the matte silver, and then we have gunmetal here at the end. It's like a nice pewter color. So you have your 3 colorways, and all the hammered metal is on your handle there where you see your measurements. We've also gone ahead,
These are a set of 4 each, you mentioned that, but they can also go in the dishwasher.
Perfect. We've also done some beautiful handled ones. I'm gonna need 2 hands for these because they're so substantial. Here you can see your white marble handle. That is a solid handle with your beautiful gold scoop, I guess, cup.
Measuring cups, but you can definitely scoop with them.
That's what I'm gonna use these for, is a nice scoop.
You got your wooden handle version of these as well.
And then additionally in the marble, we have the rose gold with your gray marble. Now we didn't just do the measuring cups, we've also done measuring spoons. In all of the mixed materials that you've seen, so we have the metal and marble, as well as we've done the measuring spoons in the acacia wood and matte silver.
And where these differ from the hammered ones that you just seen, you cannot put these in the dishwasher. When you're dealing with the two different materials between marble and wood, you're going to want to hand wash these and look after these ones.
Now we also have some bowls that we've done in the hammered metal. So we have the 3 here. This is a set.
It's a set of 3 in hammered bowls. They're quite lightweight. They are durable. You can put them into the dishwasher as well and easily wash them. You're also looking at an angled bowl. This might come across looking a little bit heavier than it actually is. It's quite a lightweight bowl, so it's easy to use. I love the angle of it. You could use this as a salt cellar. You could use it as a little pinch bowl.
I like it for dips. I'm thinking like guacamole in that thing.
There you go.
So in our serveware category, we have some new metals, mixed materials, and wood items. In my hand here, there is a large 10-inch serving bowl. I'm thinking salads, I'm thinking chips, I'm thinking all sorts of stuff in there.
And this is mango wood.
And additionally, in the mango wood, we have a set of 4 serving spoons. Now, I'm seeing these on any kind of charcuterie board for your, fig jam and honeys and any other little bits and bobs where you're gonna need a very pretty little spoon. I don't think I could get enough of these. Do you know how many times I reach for a tiny spoon and I never have enough?
That's a great idea. I like the wood being mixed on the marble platter too. Those will look great together.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also in the serveware, we have salad server sets. These particular ones are 2 mixed materials. You're dealing with the acacia wood with a rattan bottom. And here you're dealing with the acacia wood with a resin as a handle at the bottom.
And I am holding up both your matte and your silver rattan wrapped handle servers. This one here is rattan matte, and this is your glossy. Last season, one of our best-selling items was our set of 3 bowls with the pour spout in them. And so we've decided to add on to that collection. So everything you see here coordinates beautifully with those. In my hand, I'm holding the garlic cellar. Carrie Benson is holding our salt and pepper shakers. You just take out that cork, fill it up, off to town with that. This is our sugar bowl. I mean, it doesn't have to be sugar. You can put all sorts of things in
honey.
there.
Could be a honey pot
I was
too.
thinking honey pot for sure. We have a set of pinch bowls. Again, they're half and half, so they're half dipped in that speckle glaze and half with the natural material. And then lastly, we have a divided pinch bowl. So you don't just have to pick one thing to put into your pinch bowl. Now you can have 2. How efficient.
And this collection is called the Maison collection, and it's all stoneware.
Beautiful. So in our next collection, very similar to the Maison that we just showed you, we have done a dipped glaze in a clay as well as an ochre. Here again is that sugar honey pot. We're also doing the divided pinch bowls in the 2 colorways.
You got clay and ochre.
As well as the salt and pepper shakers that you saw in Maison with the cork tops.
I love the mixed material with the glaze and the unfinished surface. As you feel it, you can feel the roughness to it here versus the smooth from the glaze. Beautiful combination there. Really brings the product to life.
I would buy both colors and mix and match those because they play so well together.
They do play well together.
These are in the collection of Solar. We're doing the set of 4 pinch bowls. They're half dipped, but you have 4 different colorways here. So it's a bit of a green and the ochre and the clay, and it's almost like a periwinkle there. Now, we talked about how well in Maison the spouted mixing bowls did. So we've done a set of 3. This is the Solar colorway of the mini spouted bowls. We have colorway Solar. We also have colorway of Aster, which is a pastel colorway.
I love the added feature of the pour spout. When you're doing your baking, if you're pre-measuring out your ingredients to mix in, easy to pour out. If you're adding in your sauces, if you're adding in your soy sauce for your sushi, whatever you want to use it for. Multiple uses, but very handy.
I like it for the idea of like you're saying sauces, but if I don't use it all up, I can just pour it into a container to stick into the fridge.
Very useful. Also in this colorway, we have the pebble plates. I'm going to hold these up and show you. What you're missing here, you might not see in the camera detail, is the actual gold rim that's around the edging. Now you could put them in the dishwasher, but we don't recommend that because in time it'll wear away the gold rim that's on the edge. But if you happen to pop them in there, it's not the end of the world. It's not going to damage the plate itself.
But don't put it in the microwave. That will damage it.
Correct. And these come in the great colorways that you've seen that correspond with everything else.
Next we have 4 new mugs. This is in Cloudburst. You saw Cloudburst in a dove gray last season. We've now introduced the 4 new colorways. We have Lagoon, Nectar, Clay, and Ochre.
And this is where we play again with the wax resist. So when it glazes over, it misses the parts where you had the wax, and it gives it a little bit more detail in the mug and makes it that much more luxurious almost feeling when you touch it.
We will not be doing the bowls in these colors. We'll just be doing the mugs. In our Reactive Glaze collections, we now have introduced mist in 2 colorways. We have green and gray mist. I'm holding in my hands the new 14-ounce mugs.
And I'm holding here the bowls. They have a little footed edge to the bottom of them, 3 little feet on each one, and the shape of it's quite organic. In other words, it'll never be perfectly round.
Beautifully uneven.
There we go.
Continuing in mist, we do have our little pinch bowl sets, salt and pepper sets. I mean, you don't have to do salt and pepper. You can do whatever you want, but it's a pair, so you pick your path. Next, we have in Reactive Glaze, we have our mineral mugs.
These are going to be my favorite. I absolutely love this. When you have a look at the shapes to these and the delicate ridges that you actually find on these mugs. These are 14-ounce mugs. I love the colorways.
Yep, I am holding Sage and Ochre, and we have Shadow and Azure.
These happen to be a pattern that I think you really need to look at and feel again. I don't see them coming out as well in the catalog until you actually see them in your hand and touch them. They're really beautiful, the colorings and the markings on these. So please make sure you get a sample of these and touch them and feel them. They're really beautiful. I'm holding up Azure and Shadow.
And we aren't just doing mugs in these beautiful patterns, we're also doing bowls. So in relation to the mugs, you couldn't tell as much, but they're a little bit ridged. You can see that a little bit more. It's almost like a honeycomb shape on these bowls. So there you can see my Sage, Ochre, Azure. There's also Shadow. So each mug has its coordinating bowl.
A hugely popular category for us has been our Tiffins. When we introduced these, we started off with just the 2-tier, and then we've gone and introduced last season the 3-tier, the 2-tier, and we have the double tier. This season we are showing you a hexagon finish in a 2-tier, as well as the hexagon finish in a 3-tier. We have the hammered dots in the single tier and in the 3-tier. When I picture Tiffins, I think of the bustling streets and bicycles trying to pass each other and these tied onto the back of your bike. You can make your rice, your chicken, your veggies in a dish and not mix them until you get to work. But just a great way of transporting food, and they make it really fun, quite honestly. In this category as well, we've added in a splash of color. The difference with our Tiffins, when you look at ones that are hammered steel or plain stainless steel, those you can put in the dishwasher. When you're looking at ones that have any enamel on them, any color to them, don't put those in the dishwasher. You're not going to want to ruin the finish on them.
These are also the first Tiffins that we've done that have a decal on them. So you can see that these have a print along them. Each tier has its own unique print, which makes them so unique.
Now, if we're talking about Tiffins and taking your lunch out, you're going to want to also have a look at the roll-ups. We've shown these in other catalogs. You have them here in the Forage and Gather collection. You have the lunch bags that match as well, but if you want just the cutlery, we have them in a roll-up. These will be a set for you with your cutlery nicely put in there, your knife, your fork, your spoon in stainless steel, your napkin, and your roll-up can double up as a placemat. And when you finish, roll it up and clip it shut.
With a nice magnetized clip.
And these come in the 3 new colorways, in gray, in your brown, and in your blue set.
Lovely. What a surprise last season when we got those beautiful hand-printed block print textiles. Well, we're fortunate enough to get to see some new spring color forward block print for this season. In my hand, I'm holding Bouquet. This is your tablecloth and napkin. I'll give that to Carrie. Here we're holding Dahlia, which I think this red is so magnificent. Again, your napkin and your tablecloth. Now this apron stands alone. It doesn't need any friends. It's that gorgeous. This is called Allure. And I mean, like, this orange is just so on trend right now.
Really pops.
Very much pops.
I think just to remind you, in terms of block prints, when you're dealing with a block print, you take a 10-inch piece of wood, you carve it out to the pattern you want it in, then you stamp it into the ink and you stamp it onto the fabric. This is quite an art, and it's often passed down from one generation to the next. And when you're dealing with a 10-inch fabric, and then suddenly you look at the size of tablecloths, and you think of how many times that has had to be stamped. Each color that you see on here is another block as well, with another detailing that's added in. So there's a lot of work that's put into here, and you really have to appreciate these when you see these. The amount of detail, it's inquisitive. It's beautiful.
I'm glad you told me that because I didn't realize.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, no kidding. Continuing on with these beautiful prints, I have Poppy in my hand. This is a towel. We have an apron on the blue ground. Our tablecloth has that blue gorgeous border, but in the center we have it on the white ground. I really love the opposition of the two colors. And then you have your napkin set over here. I personally think this one is my favorite. Then we have Blossom. We are doing a towel and an apron in Blossom. And lastly, we are doing Meadow. This is the tablecloth, but you'll see about a 1-inch border down there at the bottom that travels all the way through the tablecloth, as well as a napkin set.
When you're looking at the aprons, what I like about these particular ones is that they have two separate pockets. It's not one continuing pocket in the front, so you can put your utensils in one, your tea towel in the other. I like the little added detail of that, and the strings that tie them at the back are extra long. Now we're looking at some macrame items. The first ones I'm holding up here are a set of 4 coasters. When you're looking at these are handmade. No two will ever be exactly the same. I'm holding 3 different colorways. I'm holding the Lagoon, I'm holding the Dove Gray with accents of the nectar, and I'm holding up here the ochre one.
With nice clay accents in there.
Thank
So
you.
it coordinates beautifully back. Keeping in tie with macrame, we have 3 runners in the macrame, and these are a 72-inch runner. Here I'm holding clay. We have our new colorway introduction, Dove Gray, as well as natural. And yes, you can throw these in the washing machine. I would keep it on cold wash. Don't attempt the dryer, otherwise that 72 inches will no longer exist. But they are a beautiful new runner. Very vintage. We're seeing a lot of that in the trend sphere right now with throwbacks to what used to be.
Right. Not in the macrame collection, but also to show you, we have this felt trivet. Our felt trivets last year, when we introduced them, did exceptionally well. In fact, they grew up to our number top 5 points. 2 of them were in the top 5 items for the selling season. So quite remarkable to see how these have been doing.
Sorry, just wanted to see both sides.
Yep, both sides exactly the same.
Gorgeous. We also have 2 runners. This is a jute cotton blend.
It's got some weight.
It certainly does. We actually have one of these on our table right now in our kitchen here at the office.
Beautiful.
It is beautiful. They are 72 inches long. Carrie Benson is holding, I think they're calling this one white. Weird.
Cotton Villa white.
Cotton Villa. Sorry, when I saw Villa, I thought
cotton.
maybe it was called vanilla, but I read that wrong. And in my hand, I'm holding the clay colorway. 2 great colors for spring.
And these you can leave out all the time. They're so beautiful. It's a wicker bot.